Hey everyone. Hi, happy Saturday. Yay, Saturday. No work today. Woo. I haven't had a Saturday off in forever. And wow, the streaming is coming out like shit. All right. There's a storm going on here. I'm thinking that's why. Let me switch to Ethernet. Maybe that'll help. We'll see. Okay, well, I'm on Ethernet now, so let's see if that clears up. Hi everyone. How are you? We get a live chat. Hey OAH, hey Allie R, hey Megan. Hi Lily. Hi Sunny D. What's going on? Did Facebook start? I don't even know how it works with Facebook. It's my first time streaming through Facebook. Go live to start the event. I don't know what that means. All right, let me try this. You on Facebook. Oh, I got my bird cam on too. Let me turn that off. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. All right. I have to hit play or something though? I don't know. Okay. Well, no live chat anyway, so. Hi. Okay, back over to YouTube. Hey, Dad. Hi, guy. Hey, Christine. Oh, yeah. Okay. I hope everyone's Saturday is going great. Mine is. I'm not working, so yay. I love my job. I really do. But I do really, really value and appreciate the days off. So. Oh, it's Happy Canada Day? Hi there, Canadians. Happy Canada Day to Canadians. I don't know what is that like their version of 4th of July? Is that what that kind of what that is? Happy polluted 4th of July weekend. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So, as many of you may know, like if you're paying attention to things, especially on Twitter, you are aware that Katie was served with yet another cease and desist yesterday from Derico family. I know nothing about them. I'm still playing catch up on that bit of information. But it seems like they're or at least the male of the family, they're the father, husband, I'm guessing. It seems like he's dead set intending to go forth with a lawsuit against her, even though after serving her with a cease and desist, she removed most of the defaming content she had put up. Last I learned, the YouTube video was still up, or a YouTube video titled "All About the Duggars." However, throughout much of it, she spoke about this other family. From my understanding, that video was still up, but since it could have been taken down by now, I don't know. But it's still, either way, it seems like he's hell bent and going forward with the lawsuit, and good for him. Good on him. I hope he does. So yeah, but this got me thinking though. This isn't the first time she's done this. I mean, we know that. But I mean, I don't think every time is some big detrimental event or whatever, nor do I think every time it creates, like a lot of harm for people. But there's been a couple of times where, yeah, I'm going to say that it most definitely has. And I wanted to talk about 2 of those times. So to start with, I'm going to cover the bullshit narrative she started on Dre McRae. And what got me thinking that this would be a good example of this is there's been quite a few comments in my comment section recently stating how maybe Dre would have worked with Letitia Vaughn's mother more had Dre not been called or accused of, taking out her husband. And I like to point out each and every time they try to point that out is that, well, that could have very well have been the case had the parents, Letitia and such, first been notified about their son, her husband. Let's not forget, that's the first faux pas here. Like, she didn't tell anyone. How are they supposed to know to support their daughter-in-law if they don't know about any event or reason to offer to the said support? But that got me thinking though, like, why is it that this narrative was spun really? Like, what exactly has it been that Letitia has said or believed or implied. And then I was reminded of the DMs between Letitia and Katie that I've been made privy to. But first, I want to show you this narrative in action, this belief being put forth into the world, and not even just Katie just like explaining it to people. Katie just offering up the steps, like teeing the ball up for the viewers to swing through, follow through with that swing for her and reach the conclusion she is leading them towards. That's what I want to point out. And in order to do that, I'm going to be playing one of my videos. It's about 5 or so minutes long, but it's a bunch of clips from this one stream of hers where I just meshed them all together so you could see exactly what she's doing. And mind you, she's doing this while she and Letitia are still talking. So she's doing this in DMs to Letitia, which I will be reading to you after this. So let me share screen for that. Because I mean, and it's true, because like, I don't want to argue over all the same bullshit that we've been arguing about with like nonsense and Nunny or whatever, Rabbit or whatever. Because like, that's not even all of it that this is about. I mean, I'm more than happy to shut them down when, you know, when they ask for it. But I want to just more or less focus on the bigger picture here. And I think this is a lot of the bigger picture. And they keep excusing this. They keep missing this. They keep trying to explain this away because they hate Molly more than they hate Katie. So therefore, Molly must be the one to pay for all sins. And not to say that Molly is without sin. Oh, God, no, she's not. But I can't overlook the original sin here. We'll leave it at that. All right, so this is a video I put up on, it says 4 months ago, but it's from February 18, 2023. Katie Joy's original narrative on Dre. I'm not positive on the date of this. Damn it, I meant to look that up. Give me a second. I should be able to find it real quick. One second. Oh, wait, no, shoot, that's not what I want. Don't go to email. Go to Drive. It went to the email. It went to email. It never listens to me. I hate this computer when it doesn't listen to me. Oh, wait, no, it did. It is going to. No, that's not it. I know it was in July. I know I have it. Okay, Drive. Come on. Computer is very slow. Oh, I'm testing out though an iMac Pro MacBook Pro. I don't know what I think of it yet. It's kind of old. It's like almost 10 years old or something like that. But it's a MacBook Pro. I mean, even a 10-year-old one has to be pretty good, right? But I don't know. There we go. This one. 22. And July. All right. There's a lot of dates here in July. It's going to take me a minute to find. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find the date, the specific date. And right about here, I'll put a, let me see myself on screen. Okay. So right here, look up here, okay? And you'll see like a little eye thing come up or whatever. I'm going to put the information in there so you can know exactly what date it is that Katie herself did this live stream. So that clears that up. So this way people don't have to go into the description or whatever. Anyway, moving on. Let's play this shit. So this is only like 5 minutes long.
But I think it's unfair for anyone to assume that Dad isn't doing anything. So there was some issues too with their split, like where she still was kind of hung up on him. And I learned something else from this was that during 2017, Dre was actually planning to leave Vaughn. So their marriage has been rocky, apparently, the entire time. And at one point in 2017, she was telling people that she was going to leave Vaughn and move back to California. So she filed the updated information on the 23rd, added the members. So it was filed on 4/27, and they amended it.
Here, she's talking about a business license or like an LLC license or whatever for some business that Dre started, but it was filed in the state of California rather than Arizona. And well, I'll let her continue.
And then they added 5/23/22.
Now, what she's saying there is that this was filed on May 23rd, 2022, which it was also the same date in which Marvin took the attempt on his life. That's what she's getting at.
All right. Okay, some people don't let it stop them, but isn't it weird that it's filed on the same date? Don't let it stop them.
Yikes, did she expect him to not survive that day? Oh, okay.
But isn't it weird that it's filed on the same day, right? I mean, this could have been pre-planned, but if I was going through something, and
I don't understand how this whole plot isn't more noticeable to investigators. This is all too organized. Now, I'm not reading out the comments because I want to highlight the people or whatever. It's not even about that. But this is the result of her live stream and streams subsequent to this, like around this time frame. This is the result of it. She's convincing people, and she's doing it based on bullshit. That's the thing.
And I was gonna file a business. It was filed.
This person's trying to, chime in. There was some, I don't know, logic. There's a difference. It was filed, not approved with modifications from people. Stop. Wow, people, stop. And that's the thing, though, too, because like it was signed or whatever, and it was given to this representative agent that did the filing. And it was the agent that did the filing on the 23rd. It was given to the agent sometime before the 23rd, though. That's the thing. That's the thing that she's not going to mention or point out or be sure that everyone is clear on.
23rd, and they signed it on the 23rd. You can't ignore the fact that it was signed on 5/23 and it was filed on 5/23.
By who, though?
Filed by Shannon Morgan, or Shannon, whatever her name is, that is the registered agent. But registered agents do not file anything without the direction of the members of the LLC. So it's like they've said to her, okay, here you go. Right? Vaughn was in Vaughn's incident was on 5/23. So Vaughn's incident was was May 23rd in the morning. This was filed on 5/23 as well.
Wait a second. I just want to. Do I have internet? Am I still going here? Because it looks like my keyboard just shut off, and I'm wondering if maybe, I don't know, it isn't the right charger. Just want to make sure that everything's still connected. I'm not seeing anything that says otherwise, so I'm guessing it is. All right. I'm going to carry on.
Take off your blindfolds or put on your specs. Does anyone see my connection here? So there's the incident in Arizona. They had filed their company on 4/27. They hadn't assigned their members yet. On the 23rd of May, they assigned members. And Andrea, who happens to be married, who is in business with her husband, left her business partner and husband off of this business and instead decided to open this business with her friend Chrissy.
That's her damning bit of info, because she did not file for this business license with her husband's name on it. Instead, she did it with a friend. I mean, we don't even know what the business is or what it entails or what it's going to consist of, or is it going to sell things? Like, what are we talking here? So maybe there's a reason why it's her friend joining her rather than her husband. But we don't know this because she's not providing this info. No one's providing this info. She's just taking this and thinking, oh, this was premeditated. She had a hand with how Marvin ended up the way he ended up, and it was all planned. And this is why. But she's going to go into more detail on why she thinks this was planned.
Before in 2017, when she was having problems with Vaughn, she said she was going to move back to California. This business is located in California. She and her friend decided to move forward with this business on the same day that he was life flighted.
Hearing her talk like this, laying it all out, like almost spelling it out, like it's almost like you can almost see her just like trolling along the side of the water, like with the fishing pole, like with the bait, just trolling along, like, come on, here it is. Come on, you guys, take the bait. Take the fucking bait now and run with it. Like, this is what she's doing. God damn it.
To Phoenix. Oh my gosh, the dogs are barking.
Oh my gosh.
Chrissy also went to visit her at the Airbnb too. The incident happened at 8. Okay, so the police report says that he woke up at 7:15, and she called, and the dispatch happened at 8:28 a.m. She was at the hospital with him.
So it sounds to me like she's alleging while she was at the hospital with her man that she was filing for this business license or whatever in California with her friend. So either she planned this or she thought, well, shit, he's pretty much gone. I might as well file this with my friend now, right? Like, this is how she's trying to frame it. One or the other. I'm not sure which, but I don't think she's really sure which. I think she'll take either.
Christian is Chrissy. Yes, they're the same person. Her name is Christian Sierra. I know. I thought it was a guy too, but it's a girl.
She sounds almost disappointed that it wasn't another guy. Yeah, I know. I thought it was a guy too, but it's a girl.
And no, Vaughn has not been awake, correct? He's in a coma. So this person says, y'all, it's way too coincidental. It's too coincidental. Whether or not Dre and this says your husband has to go live with you. Okay. So even if he's on the paparazzi account, she says that they're a team and they do everything together. She's talked about this business and said how this business was going to be this great idea. And she said that she and her husband did everything together. So why, if she and her husband did everything together, would she start this business without her husband?
Oh, okay. She also said in the video, I thought I included it, or I probably did, but I missed it, that her ex-husband, Dre's ex-husband, she claims that during 2017, when she and Dre were going through issues, that Dre was messaging her ex-husband inappropriate things. So she's alleging to like the whole point of this, of like why she could have premeditated this incident or whatever on May 23rd, is so that she and her friend could start this business, this new life there in California, and Dre could hook back up with her ex-husband. Like, this is the narrative Katie Joy constructed and then put out there. And before anyone wants to sit there and jump on Letitia's throat, mind you, this is Vaughn's mother, okay? Whether you say it's birth mother or whatever that nonsense is, whatever bullshit, this is his mother. Okay, because you don't just like suddenly stop being someone's mother just because somebody else is raising your kid. You're still a fucking mother. Mind you, this is private DMs, Katie Joy and Letitia. And this is the shit that she's feeding Letitia. And Letitia already, very much so, probably wants someone to focus her hate on, to blame, to tar, whatever, you know? And Dre made herself an easy target by trying to prevent them from seeing their son, let alone finding out that he was even in the hospital to begin with. So this was easy for Katie to sell to Letitia, and she did successfully. So let me get to those DMs here. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Okay. So there's about 20, no, wait, I think there's like 40 of them here. But this is where they start, basically, where Katie starts making the claims. So right here, this is, these messages here, it starts on July 7th. Okay. So here on the 7th, she says, she killed him. I know she did this in my soul. Okay. I'm not going to read everything on these. Okay. I'm just going to read pertinent parts. Otherwise, we'll be here all day. He was scared of her. She did this. Letitia says, yes, he was. I bet she's going to try to do this to get money from the hospital. I see this as a money op for her, to her. I saw this. Yes, he was terrified. Yep, he was scared of her and he tried to leave her. She wouldn't let him leave. So she tortured him by making him sick. Okay, not all of these are quite relevant, but most of them are. Okay, now they're talking about the police file or police report or whatever on Marvan's incident, because of course they have to investigate and make sure that the claims about him making the attempt and everything on his life are in fact factual and that there wasn't foul play. So they investigate it, and I guess that they had closed it or whatever by this time. And then she says it's gonna be, oh yeah, no, it was closed originally, but then I guess it got reopened and then it got closed down. It's going to get reopened. No way would people let this go. Your son was a veteran and she is abusing him live on Facebook. That has people infuriated. I'm on it, girl. I take this job seriously. Really? Anyway. All right. Right here. Now we're on the 10th, July 10th. This is insane. She planned this. So here it says, this is going to lead up to something. Yeah, she repeatedly called the cops on him despite him doing nothing violent. She weaponized the police against him. I was shocked. She repeatedly called the cops on him for no reason, knowing full well that he's a black man. They never pressed charges or arrested him because he was never found to have done anything wrong. Letitia says, oh yeah, she had a plan. Katie says, she did. She's been planning this for years. Since 2019, Letitia says. The house isn't in her name. If they get divorced, she loses his benefits. Then she shares some screenshots of DMs, and Katie says, she attacked him physically in 2019 because he wanted to go home to see you. Yes, he told the kids that if he stayed in the home, he was afraid he might not wake up. Now, mind you, again, I want to point out, this is Katie talking to the grieving mother here, okay? This is what she's saying. This is what she's feeding Letitia. She's talking about how a couple of friends of Dre's or whatever are coming forward. And she says, both of these people are sending everything to police. He said he wanted to have a relationship with you. That would never change. And this I wanted to just point out because I don't know if it's relevant or whatever, but she says, yes, I don't know, Coity or whatever called to. I talked to, this is a medical care facility. I talked to a medical care facility yesterday. They said he wasn't there. Letitia said, that's what they're telling everybody now. I don't know why. I feel like that there's that's relevant to something. I'm not sure what, but I'll figure it out. She's going to go on the run. I guarantee it. Okay. And she says, but Dre is trying to hurt him in the hospital. Huh, that's why they locked it down. I'm guessing. I mean, she spit on him. She was putting things in his mouth, all live. This is crazy. So after here, okay. Oh, here we go. Yeah, no, she like she breaks it down into exactly what she thinks happened. So after hearing the audio, I think she gave him a ton of kratom. I think he was super out of it. I think he slept in the shed. I think she went out there in the morning and took him out because he wanted to leave to see you. Now imagine, she's alleging that a woman, Dre, manually to her husband, all because her husband wanted to see his mother. That's a huge fucking leap. Like, okay. That's crazy. Vaughn knew she was dangerous and had been trying to leave since spring 2019. I think the police are going to eventually charge her with M or attempted M by the time this is all over. So there's video of Vaughn telling Dre that she's using him and won't listen. I was told that you didn't want this out. Oh, okay. This has to do with something else. Well, same thing though. This is great. She said she's claiming to have spoken to someone over the phone about CPS. Like, okay. Okay, this I think is interesting too, because it's going to tie into this next bit of the stream. No, they said that the kids are with her, but there is a plan right now. Oh, okay. Dre has an attorney, I guess. That's why she's quiet. Yes. It's amazing how she got an attorney so quick, but I can't get anyone to help me, right? Well, money talks. But I will say this. But I will say this isn't standard. I've had CPS call on me falsely due to my job. Sure. Compare it. It's so the same. If you have nothing to hide, you hide nothing. You only lawyer up when you have something to hide in situations like this. Good to know. Good to know that she said this. We'll see why soon. Oh, okay, I got you. In my opinion, like I had nothing to hide. So anyway, okay. So now she's knocking the size of her youngest and shit. Okay. Now she's asking for a Cash App, and we're almost to the end here. Okay, there's only a few left. So we get to the end. Now we're at July 14th. Letitia, I'm being told that you have said that you do not want my help. Is this true? I'm not here to cause drama in any way. I've been working for almost a week to help. I also had the girl's father who needed help. I'm not here to step on toes or anything of the sort. I just wanted to offer my platform to spread the story. I just sent you another $500. I hope you see Vaughn. I've been busting my ass for your family for days, and Molly is slandering me. I'm being attacked nonstop. I spent 2 days collecting videos for Oba to get the girls away from Dre. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Keep praying. I'm being attacked also. Keep praying. I know you are. I don't know if I did something, but you stopped responding to me. Like, this is really? Then everyone told me that you wanted nothing to do with me. I don't know if you got upset that I spoke to Wynette or what. All right. If you guys want to read these, you guys can pause it and read it, but I'm going to skip over these. Okay, here we go. This part. I did some digging today. Oh, and the screenshot before she says that the cops need to look into the finances or whatever. So I did some digging today. Whose finance? Vaughn and Andrea's. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes, they do. The house only goes to her if he dies. Really? Everything is in Vaughn's name. Yeah. So he's worth more dead than alive. Is this what you're telling me? Yes. She also formed a business in California. And the last one. Oba's friend told me that she was sending him inappropriate messages for years while married to Vaughn. Like, there's so much I need to tell you. I haven't reported any of this because I don't want to mess up Oba getting the girls. Dre was hung up on Oba. She even said she was going to divorce Vaughn in 2017 and move back to California. So there's that. So now I want to just point this out that when people want to try to come at Letitia for, well, maybe you should have been spreading this bullshit narrative about your daughter-in-law. Really, I mean, think about it. You're a grieving mother, mourning effectively the loss of your son. Yeah, he's in a coma, but he's not waking up. Like it's just a waiting game, really. So you're mourning the loss of your son. You're being told by his wife that you're not allowed to visit. That's all you're being told, though, because you weren't told even about him being there. And like even still to this day, with him having passed, like Dre still hasn't notified Vaughn's family that he's even passed. They found out 6 weeks later. So that's where we're at. So I mean, anytime one of us loses someone who's close to us, we all have grief. We all have regret or whatever, no matter what kind of relationship we had, because you always wonder if there's more you could have done, or you wish that there was more you could have said or whatever. So you take that into account. Dre has already pretty much set herself up to be the easy target here for their grief to focus its hate upon. And then you got Katie Joy digging up all this bullshit, wording it, presenting it in a way, and feeding it to you. So, and then you want to come at Letitia for that? No, that's not happening. Or no, you want to come at Molly for that too? No, that's not happening either. So there's that. I'm going to check chat and then we're going to move on. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Mouse. My mousy files. I can't talk. Hey, Reagan. Hey, Kara. What is Canada Day? Yeah, what exactly is Canada? I mean, I know it's a holiday, but what is it? You're not like celebrating like burning down our White House, are you? From like 1812 or something. Hi, Christine. Hi, Mikkel. Hi, Sally. Michigan wifey. Janie Mac, what's up? Hey, Al Capone, hi. I sounded a little too excited there, I think. Hey, Chrissy. All right, I think I'm up there. Okay. You're on Steve's Kool-Aid today. Yo, I don't want to know. I don't need to know what goes on with you and Steve's Kool-Aid. The toxic gossip train earworm. Oh, no. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to something I covered once before, but I want to really, really just present it again. So we all remember, or I don't know, maybe we all remember. I don't know. Hey, Sue Elliott. I'm thinking, hey, Dash X. Oh, that was you whose comment I just read. I'm an idiot. Okay. Think back, though, to 2021. I think that was here. Yeah. September 12th, September 19th, specifically the 19th, where Katie Joy does a stream where she says that she had the sheriffs at her house because someone tipped off the FBI saying Brian Laundrie was in her basement, that they were hiding them. I had already done a live stream. It was towards the end of 2021, I think, where I show that though, yes, there was allegedly some FBI call or tip or whatever, that's not why they were at her house. That in fact, this call came in. Yeah, sure, I'll take it. Okay, so I pointed out how though that the call did happen. That's not why they were at her house. Like they were already at her house when this call came into dispatch. I'm going to share a little bit more though that I didn't share before. I mean, I talked about it, but I didn't share it, and I'm going to share it today. And I'm going to explain this is why I even knew to file the FOIA request. I didn't just sit there and hear what she's had to say and disbelieved her and wanted proof. I kind of already had an inclination that she was lying. I kind of already knew she was full of shit the second she said that they were at her house for Brian Laundrie. And I'm going to show you why that is. So, I already have it up there, don't I? Is that the index one? Yes, it is. Okay. So, all right, so here we go. We're going to go to CPS report. I don't know if I have these in order though or not. No, okay. I don't. So this is an email I got on September 19th, as you can see on the date, September 19th, 2021, 5:10 p.m. my time. And it says, it's from someone, and it says, looks like they're still at it. And they forwarded an email to me. Now, this email that they forwarded to me, okay, when you file an online submission form such as this, where you're reporting something, you leave an email address, okay? And then the website that's receiving your report or whatever, your submission, will then oftentimes kick back an automated response or reply to that email that you submit to them. And it's basically just saying this is an automatic reply or whatever email. Don't reply, like it says here. This is just to let you know that this is what received. We received your submission. If this is correct, do nothing. If it's not, please reach out and correct it for us. And that's what this is saying. This is saying, disclaimer, if you are not the intended recipient of this message, please immediately notify the sender of the transmission error and then promptly permanently delete this message from your computer system. Now, I was not the one receiving this auto-generated email, so I didn't have to notify anyone of anything. But this was forwarded to me, okay? Now, but I was also sent along with it. So this was attached to it, okay? And I'm going to pull up the first page of that. I'm not going to pull up the rest of it because the rest of it doesn't really offer any other information other than it gives an account of what they are alleging to have witnessed or whatever. And it's pretty horrific, disgusting shit. And I don't really want to be a part of anything that keeps that out in the world. So I'm going to leave it at that. So this is it. And that's not even her county. Okay. This isn't the county she lives in. This is a neighboring county. Like the town she lives in, I guess part of it is in one county, part of it's in another county. So this is something that happens often. There's often this confusion. Okay. So, but I want to point out here though, the date of the reported incident, the date in which the incident being reported occurred, it says 9/9/21, 2021. The date though it's being reported is the 19th. Okay. So there's something that happened 10 days prior, allegedly, is being reported now on the 19th. I just thought that was interesting. And this is the information that they leave for as the person reporting, Dustin. Now, A lot of us, if you were around, if you paid attention or followed the shit with the Toddy Westbrook lawsuit, then you are aware of the name Dustin. I don't even know what to make of it. Whatever. So, and then they give the name of the alleged victim or whatever, and then that's really it. That's all I'm going to show you, really. So this is what was sent to me. So this is why and this was sent to me before I even seen anything that she'd said or did live regarding this. I didn't even know that she was talking yet about Gabby Petito or Brian Laundrie or the FBI or whatever. And also I want to point out that this report, see, the person who received the report received it at 10:49 a.m. Pacific time. So I don't even know what time zone Katie's in. I think she's like an hour behind me. So that would be like 2 hours. So if this was like at 10:49, then it would have been like 12:49 her time, I think. Something like that. I'm not sure. So yeah. So the first action to happen is this report was made on the 19th. The website that received the submission form kicked back this auto-generated email to the email address on record, which is this person's email. This person then, later on, after some hours or whatever, forwarded me this email and said, looks like they're still at it, meaning Dustin and I'm to assume Little Miss Noble. So that's where we're at here on this timeline right now, okay? So now I'm going to go to a stream on the 19th. Well, we'll do this. So here are screenshots of two posts. I didn't pull up her Twitter post about this, though she did tweet about it on Twitter, but her Twitter is no longer activated. So I can't pull it up on Twitter. I can only pull it up screenshots. I don't like to do that too much, especially since I can't get, unless there are screenshots taken of the replies, I don't have them. And I like to pull up the replies. But basically all across their social media platforms, they all said the same thing for the most part. So here's what she wrote on her Facebook. Today around 3 p.m. or so, 2 sheriff officers showed up at our home. They were wearing bulletproof vests and clearly uncertain about what to expect when we opened the door. While speaking to them, the officer said a call came in to Denver FBI that we were harboring a wanted man. They asked if we knew Brian Laundrie. I explained that I did not know Brian, but that I had been reporting on Gabby Petito's disappearance. While we were speaking to them, the FBI called them to find out if Brian was in our home. They cleared the call and stated that Brian was not in our home. We were told there was an active manhunt for Brian, and the manhunt is nationwide at this point. They said the FBI is taking all leads seriously. Please do not contact the FBI and falsely report Brian Laundrie being in our home. This could have resulted in my family being harmed. We want to thank the Sheriff's Department for handling the situation. We hope that whoever made the call is found. Brian Laundrie is missing, and the FBI is searching for him. Is he missing, or is this a manhunt? Those are two different things. Please do not make false reports and potentially put innocent lives at risk. We do not know Brian. He was not in our home. Okay, the next screenshot. So this is me being a little petty. I don't know. Jamie says, on your YouTube channel, you said the cops showed up today because a follower called CPS on you over your son. Was the cops at your house 2 different times? And I want to point out the name on this reply. This is one of Katie's stock accounts that, well, at least this is one of the accounts that I've been alleging for quite some time is one of Katie's stock accounts. And mind you, this was almost 2 years ago now. Sandra wrote, yes, that happened. I think it was 1 to 2 weeks ago the cops showed up because of that, but it was not the case this time. The entire comment thread, Sandra is not there, but here. And she's replying. You could argue that she's replying just as herself on behalf of whatever. But it also sounds like she's replying as though she thinks she's Katie. I don't know. Just the fact that Katie was on the thread elsewhere, but Sandra wasn't. And this is a reply to someone asking Katie a question. I think it's kind of something that supports my theory. I just wanted to put that out there because I'm petty like that. Moving on. Oh, that's right. I have it here, don't I? Okay, so there's nothing on her Instagram account on that day. I searched her Instagram for September 19th, 2021, and I searched it from 2000 or September 18th to September 20th, 2021, and it only pulled up one tweet for me, or one post, and it was her saying, "This is so true. We all know a friend, or we were Gabby Petito." She's basically saying she's Gabby Petito, whatever. That's all that was there. So on top of this, though, she did do a stream, and it was at the end of the stream where she talked about this. And I'm just going to play the last couple minutes because that's the only time she mentions it. But I do think it's interesting. Definitely interesting. Okay, so this stream is from the 19th, as I said, September 19th, 2021. It's right down towards here. She's talking about it.
If you want to donate. When he pulls it out of his pocket, lies about seemingly hospitality and accommodation. We appreciate the public's support and valuable tips that have been actually like survey the land recently described. I think we are nearing the end of this specific stream. There has been so much, a bevy of information. Daphne, thank you for your super sticker. And
it's another thing I want to point out. This happens on the day it was announced that Gabby Petito's remains were found. So on the day that it was announced that remains were found, then it was announced that it is of the belief that they are Gabby's remains, and then eventually landed on the conclusion that it was in fact her remains. This is the date that Katie is talking about this and saying that someone called and tipped off the FBI alleging that Brian Landry was hiding out in her basement. I don't know. I get this deja vu feeling back to when the date that her husband's album premiered or was released, and those phone calls to the brewery. I don't know. It feels a little too familiar.
And Run Muck Girl, thank you so much for becoming a member. Brian's parents are not wealthy from what I understand. I think their house is only like 1,400 square feet.
Mm.
It's really bizarre. She definitely was like recycling old clips. We have had officers
Here we go.
at the door when the laundry in my house. Denver, the FBI up at my house. No, as I was covering the report. Last thing I will say is yes, today as I was covering the reporting, and I don't know how I would classify this, but the police did show up at my house, and somebody contacted the FBI in Denver, and they told the FBI in Denver that I was hiding Brian Laundrie in my house. So when they knocked at my door, I answered the door. There was two officers. They both had on bulletproof vests. We have had officers at our door multiple times. These officers showed up at our house with bulletproof vests on, and they were like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" Somebody contacted the Denver police, the Denver FBI, and told them that I was hiding Brian Laundrie in my house.
I just want to point out how she is stating that this is the reason why they were at her house. She's not talking about any other events that took place that day. She's just sitting home doing what Katie does. Then all of a sudden there's someone at the door, and it's sheriffs with bulletproof vests, and they're there because of an FBI tip about Brian Laundrie. Oh my God. This is what she's selling.
And that he had come to my house. Yes. So while we were This is what they did, Madison.
Right there. Actually, you can't see it because the stupid line's over it. Madison Smith, Katie, please tell the truth. That is not what they did. It's you can't see it anymore because Madison Smith's comments have been hidden, removed, whatever, from the rest of the stream. The only thing you can really pick up, the only inclination you have that she was commenting is if you search here and you can see people's replies to her. Okay. That's it. Oh my God, Madison. Who is Madison? Yes, Madison sounds guilty. Was it you, Madison Smith? How do you know, Madison? So Madison called the cops. Madison is probably who called. Otherwise, Madison, thanks for showing your true colors. And then her husband, Todd, here. How do you know, Madison? Are you the one who called? Madison just said she sat on your porch and listened. That's trespassing. I believe what Madison said is that they sat on their porch and listened. Madison is one of Katie's neighbors. Look at Madison making up stories in the chat. Get a life. Yes, get away from Madison if she lives 4 houses away. She is psycho. Todd again. Madison is just trolling. We don't have a front porch. She's now hidden from this channel. Madison, if you live 4 houses down the road, how did you not see the 2 Wright County squads out front? So, yeah, that's a neighbor of hers, allegedly. I don't.
Listen, my husband was here too. There was 2 police officers. They were outside my house. They had bulletproof vests on. They said they had received multiple calls from the FBI. They also had claimed that there was video of my husband holding a gun to my head, which never happened. So they were coming to check on my.
See, right there. She reveals that there was another reason why they were there. Did the person who called to report Brian Laundrie being hidden in their basement also give this report about this domestic violence situation? Because she doesn't say that. She just says that someone called and said that he was hiding in her basement. But now she says they also said, really? Why don't we hear more about that? Because, and it's really telling because in the past, like even as so much as just 1 week prior, which we're going to be getting to that, she does this whole stream about how they're targeting her son when they make these reports and yada, yada. But she doesn't mention anything about her kid now. Now it's just all about how she's connected to the Gabby Petito story.
My welfare, and they were looking for Brian Laundrie. Don't turn this into drama. It's not a good look. I'm not making this about drama. Someone asked in my chat about that, and so I'm just telling you what happened.
I went back and I looked at the chat. Nobody asked her a fucking thing about this. She just took it upon herself to start talking about how the cops showed up and it's because of Brian Laundrie. Nobody asked her a damn thing about this in her chat. It's bullshit.
So anyways, we were obviously able to tell them that I had been reporting on the story, that no, I was not harboring Brian Laundrie in my home, that none of these claims were true, and they left. But it was crazy because while we were standing there, the FBI literally called him on the phone, and said they cleared the case. Anyone in the chat that is saying that I'm lying, there are records with the police.
I noticed she's getting distracted. I'm looking at the chat here and people are mentioning Madison's name. I think that this is where Madison was probably leaving some bits, her comments, bit of information, and it's distracting her. She's like, fuck, I didn't plan on that.
They were at my house. I am so goddamn tired of being gaslit by people that are saying that I'm lying. I have no reason to lie about this.
I think everyone's so goddamn tired that you still don't know what fucking gaslighting means.
I was heartbroken for Gabby's family because I thought about this. I said to the police, I said, you know, it's heart-wrenching to know that they are probably receiving so many tips like this, that there are
Oh yeah, didn't you know? That was like the thing to do in mid to late September 2021. The thing to do was to report falsely to the FBI that wanted fugitives or wanted people of interest or whatever were hiding out in YouTubers' basements. They were getting so many tips like that.
So many tips like this that they just show up at. And then but then another part of me was like, wait a minute. It's horrible that they're here, but it also just tells me that they're really taking these things seriously and that they are really looking hard for Brian. And they're following up leads, even if they're not credible.
Well, does that mean she's saying that she's not credible? No, it's not, but you know.
I just, this whole stop calling the FBI and reporting things that are just not true. Why are you wasting authorities' time? So, anyways, they are actively looking for Brian. So at least there's that aspect. That was sort of the silver lining, I can say, out of all of that. And I do hope, yeah, there's definitely no one hiding in my basement. I actually said that they were welcome to come into my house and look for Brian if they didn't believe me. They declined. And
that kind of strikes me as weird when first time I heard that. I mean, it's possible, I guess, you know, but because I have to remind myself that that's not why they were at her house, you know. But I would think that if that were why they were at her house, why would they go all the way there and then just to not finish the job, to just finish the search? Like, why even bother driving there if you're not going to bother to look? But I remind myself that that's not why they were really at her house, which I will get to that shortly.
And that was it. They were here for about an hour. You know, we are working on that. We're thinking about that, Azia. Millennial money. Yeah, we're thinking about that. For sure. They had not say the cause of death yet. This is what they did with the Josh Duggar case. So when the Josh Duggar case happened, they called the police and said that my husband was downloading CP. Now with this case, they called the FBI and said that I'm hiding Brian, knowing that there's a manhunt for Brian. That's why this part was just a little bit like, yo, these cops showed up at my house with like bulletproof vests on. But you know what? It's not about me. I'm glad that they found Gabby.
Pretty sure that sheriffs, even in rural Minnesota, don't reserve the wearing or the use of their bulletproof vests solely for showing up on suburban soccer mom's porch. Pretty sure that if they're wearing it then it means that they're wearing it all the time that they're on duty. That's what I'm concluding anyways.
I hope that they find Brian. And I know we do have to move. It's true.
See, right here, I just want to point out her husband's comment. Right here is when her husband says, Madison, if you live 4 houses down, how did you not see the 2 Wright County squads out front? So right around here, just before there, is where Madison reveals that she lives just down the street or around the corner, wherever 4 houses down is.
They're, we're not going to tell you guys what's going on with the police stuff. We're hoping to have a resolution at some point, but right now I can't speak about anything. But I will say that I'm just glad that the investigations are being taken seriously. I'm glad that they are exploring all leads. And I truly hope that Brian is found. I hope that justice is served. In the next couple days, as we start to learn more, I will keep you posted with everything. And
Patty Murphy, watch your mouth.
I think we'll end tonight.
Patty Murphy says, New England is a great place to live. Okay, technically I'm not in New England, but I'm right next to it. So no, Patty, no.
To all the people that gave super chats, thank you guys so much. Please, if you are a viewer, this is another reminder to all of you that calling police on people, calling CPS on people, making false reports to the FBI is actually a crime. So don't make false statements to federal agents. Just because you don't like someone, don't report them. Only report things that are true and accurate. All right, so
That's rich.
I hope you guys have a good night. We will keep Gabby's family in our thoughts. Make sure you're following me on Instagram, which is @withoutacrystalball, for all the latest updates. And we will keep going no matter what happens. So I'm so sorry to the Petitos and to Gabby's mom and to her stepdad and to all of her siblings, to all of her friends and family who loved her, to all the people out there on social media that have been fighting and looking for Gabby, to all of the people that turned and provided over clues and tips to the FBI.
Why does this sound like a fucking acceptance speech? It does at this point. I can't.
Thank you for doing what you needed to do, because they weren't going to find Gabby with Brian, and it's because of all of you doing everything you could to help that Gabby is home. Please don't let up on the support and the love and the care for the family. Please don't let up the momentum as we work to find answers and justice for Gabby. So instead of now the hashtag "Where is Gabby?", now we need to start talking about justice for Gabby. Everyone knows someone like Gabby. Everyone is Gabby, or has a daughter like Gabby, a sister like Gabby, a friend like Gabby.
I want to point out, as she's about to wrap this up, here's her husband again in the chat. Madison is just trolling. We don't have a front porch. She's now hidden from this channel.
Nobody deserves to ever have somebody's life cut short because of a relationship. So let's all
close enough. I'm going to end that. Now, before I go on, I'm going to show what do I have, the call logs? All right, so I have the call logs for her county for the 19th. And this is where I just want to point out that why the cops were called there, that she failed to make mention of, and she didn't have to mention any of this, but she chose to go on a stream. She chose to talk about this publicly on the stream, to give an account of the events that unfolded at her house, and to drop names like Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie and the FBI, but failed to give the whole story. So it's almost like she was picking and choosing the narrative that she wanted to put on her channel that would serve her best. And again, she didn't have to, and she probably, in my opinion, she shouldn't have told anyone any of this shit. I think she should have kept it fucking quiet, because I think the more she talked about it, the more it incentivized people to do the things that she claims that were being done to her, allegedly, or whatever. She's Streisand the fuck out of it, I think. So, aw, he's so cute. Sorry, our puppy was talking. So I'm going to just pull up some of the call logs here real quick. And I just want to show people the timeline. And you can see exactly when the FBI from Denver or whatever call came into dispatch in her county. You can see exactly where the police were when this came in. So, and I redacted everything, but I don't trust my redacting all the time. So I just want to give it another go over. So I do tend to fuck up there. I don't mean to, but I know I do. All right, so, and after this, just one more thing that I want to show, and I think it paints the full picture. Okay, so here's the first page. Now I submitted the FOIA request for a few dates because I wanted to see something, but this date is the one that I cared about the most. And it says here, it started off being an agency assist. Okay, it was 9:19. The call time was at 14:21, which is 2:21. Okay, p.m. Completed time was 2 hours later at 16:20, 4:20. So, and I'm not sure what all this means exactly. I'll be honest, I don't. But this gets broken down, so you'll be able to see exactly what this means in just a moment. Again, I just want to go over my redaction because I know how I am. Okay, so this next page, here, let me make that bigger. There we go. So here's the start of everything. This is for her call, the 911 call featuring or involving her. So new CFES, I'm not sure what that means, but agency assist. And the agency assist was that because that report I showed you earlier, it was submitted to Hennepin County, which was the wrong county. So that county contacted the correct county, and they were assisting. Check welfare at 1422. PR has received multiple reports of domestic abuse, SA, and possible use of a firearm at 1423, 223. 5 reports today stating the info is coming from social media. 8-year-old autistic child may be a victim. Call PR, I'm not sure what that means. Call PR before responding, maybe, I'm not sure. Then now at 1436, 236. Now, mind you, the first call came in 15 minutes prior, okay? So now we're at 236. FBI Denver received a complaint that Brian Laundrie is a person of interest in a missing person case, missing from Wyoming, missing female, early 20s. Husband is harboring Brian in the basement. And then a FBI name or whatever. And then 1439, Gabrielle Petito case. And then 537, call social worker, or whatever that means. These here, I think, were just is information regarding other calls on that day. Because I didn't request just you can't really ask for anything too specific, otherwise you'll get denied the request. So I just asked for all the county's 911 calls for her city on this date. And this is what I got for this date. So. So here it gets broken down a little more. Again, I just want to check my redaction. You're going to see in here too a mixture of all the calls that I just pointed out. But it breaks down a little more of the calls involving her house as well. So we have 1422, agency assist. 1422, check welfare. 1423, receive multiple reports. Use of a firearm. 1424. 5 reports today coming from social media. 1424, autistic child. Then 1436, the FBI call again. Husband is harboring, FBI. See, now this right here. On scene. Shh, stop it. So the call came in from FBI at 1436 to dispatch. But Jeremy was on scene? When did Jeremy get on scene? Because all the other ones were on scene somewhere. Maybe it's the next page it shows that. Oops. Oh. Okay, yep, here we go. So it shows that, from the looks of things, it shows that he arrived on scene at the same time this call came in to dispatch. So we have call taker, primary incident code, agency assist, and then the time it began, the time it was completed. The call came in from Hennepin County Child Protection. The initial reporter is Dustin, the person who submitted the submission form that I already pointed out. And then the responders. So we have assigned, en route, and arrived. Okay, so they arrived at 14:38, which also happens to be the exact time, or no, 2 minutes after the call came into dispatch from Denver regarding the FBI tip. So they were already en route, almost to her house even, by the time that call came into dispatch. And that's not even like by the time they got it. They probably got it like within a minute or so after it came into dispatch. But dispatch would have gotten the call first. And their time stamped to have received the call at 14:36. So I thought that was interesting. Very interesting. All right, I skipped over one, though I don't think that there's really anything on it, but I just want to double check. Yeah, it's just all right, it's just another page saying all the same shit. So, all right, that's it. So right there is proof that they were not there because of a call to FBI. That was an afterthought. Okay. Now, the reason why I point this out is because a week prior, there was a call made to CPS. I believe this one actually even came through to the Wright County. And well, here, I'm just going to pull up her post from it. And I just closed out the tab. Oh my God. All right. Download. There we go. All right. So we have, okay, the 12th. Now, these are two posts that she made regarding this. I think it's 2 posts. Yeah, it is. But I have the live stream too regarding it. But so here we go. September 12th, 2021. How many times are you all going to lie to police about my family? Let me do this. Okay. About my family. This time it was a woman who contacted CPS and said that there was a video of me doing that stuff to my son. There is no such video, and that has never happened. The amount of resources you waste by taking up the police's time is astounding. At this point, all of you know this is harassment. There is no abuse. There's never been abuse. There are no videos of me doing this. Please leave us alone. Please stop calling police. You have forwarded everything, or we have forwarded everything to our attorneys. The deputy stated we may be able to subpoena to get the names of people that continue to falsely report us. This is why we've been discussing moving. Because the stream that we just watched, that I just played, it's going to be a week before that stream even happens, where people are pointing out to her, you guys need to move. Yeah, we've been thinking about moving. But a week prior, she's telling everyone, this is why we've been talking about moving. Okay. My son is 8. He has autism. Sometimes kids yell or have meltdowns. I don't even know what that's about. We have never done this. Thank you. And then the next one is a link to her live stream. Someone called the cops on me over last night's stream. Again, September 12, 2021. Now, I don't know what happened on that prior night stream, but it was not the stream where the AZ had posted about originally, where Todd starts bitching to Katie about how he's been upstairs in a room with the kid for 10 hours or whatever. It's not that stream. So I don't know what stream it is, but we are going to listen to her talk about it for a little bit. So, and that one is right there. I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to play this whole stream because it's just over an hour long. But I do want to kind of play parts of it. So we're going to start right towards here. Oh, wait, before I start, let me check chat. I haven't checked in a while. I'll be our private residence. Thank you. Better with the Irish. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not exactly well versed in the other lingo there, but thank you. Yeah, our puppy, she just started. She's in her first heat right now. So she's a little high strung. All right, good. It wasn't just me. It did sound like an acceptance speech, right? Thank you. Now the reason why I'm jumping back here to the 12th is because she didn't pause or hesitate for a second to make a stream about this, using the fact that all these false accusations were made regarding her kid and her family and everything. Like she's milking this. She is. Well, she's seemingly milking this, okay? In my opinion. But she had the opportunity to say all of the same shit a week later, but she doesn't. She just solely sticks to the whole Brian Laundrie narrative that Brian was in her basement or was alleged to be in her basement. Oh, let me see. I'm sorry. I got to interrupt this for a second. Look at this picture. Oh my God, he's so cute too. Oh my God, those ears. Those fucking ears. Holy shit. Oh, they're so. I wish that they didn't crop our puppy's ears. She would have had those big floppy ears just like that. Would look so adorable. I don't care. I like the flappy ear look. Oh, so cute too. I gotta put pictures of Clubber up there. If you guys could see what she's doing right this second, though, she's like a human. Like, she's trying to get up on the chair with Michael. Michael's got the footrest up. So she puts her front paws up and she like holds herself up, and then she'll like take one leg and climb up. Like she climbs up slowly. Like she's lifting herself up like a human would. It's fucking hilarious. And she's big enough where she could just like jump and pounce on the whole chair at once, but she doesn't. She climbs up. Okay. I'm sorry. Let's go back.
Shh. First of all, the person who called the police lied to the police. They called CPS, I believe, or they filed a CPS report. First of all, they didn't do it in the correct county. So they made a...
once again, this was the incorrect county. Okay, my bad. My mistake. I thought that this one was the correct one.
Report in the wrong county. And then in the report, they lied. They said they saw me on video physically assaulting my child. So I would like to know, that's what the police officer said. They said there was a video of you physically assaulting your child and verbally assaulting your child.
Wow, really?
And here's the trouble starter. Mob Mentality is the one that started this last night, who is going to be hidden from my channel from now on. Mob Mentality, if you called the police on me, shame on you.
Mob Mentality there.
Anyways, Mob Mentality is no longer welcome here. Okay. Mob Mentality is the person that made the comment, and I don't remember what they said. It wasn't like you might need to check on your son, or it was something to the effect that like my son needed someone to check on, like I wasn't being a good parent or something. That was sort of like the implication.
People say that all the time, though. That doesn't mean that they're responsible for a call. I mean, she gets criticized for that like all the time. I mean, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying I agree with that or whatever. I mean, it is what it is. But like, I'm just saying that happens a lot.
Yeah. So during the video, they said, and they told the police that I physically assaulted my child.
That's funny.
And I'm like, okay, first of all, I was online last night and I didn't touch my kid. I don't even know what you're talking about. And okay, so you have all of us as witness. We know you're a good mom. Well, thank you. And a lot, I mean, there was almost 3,000 people in the.
Someone paid money to tell her, we got your back, girl. We got your back. We know you're a good mom. And she just breezes right by it like it's a fucking interruption. That amazes me. And people still give her fucking chats and shit for that. I mean, she literally sounds like sure, okay, it's my opinion, but I don't think it's my opinion. I think that this is exactly how she's feeling. She sounds like she's annoyed that she was interrupted by this gift of money because now she has to acknowledge it.
In the chat last night on stream, almost 3,000 people were in this live chat last night. So there's absolutely no way that I physically assaulted my son while I was on a live stream.
Wait.
While
what?
You guys were getting like a stream about the Duggars. So thank you. Because of you, Vintage. My question to whoever this person is in what planet do you exist that you would literally call CPS and lie? You really don't understand that filing false police reports is actually a crime. And okay, hold on a second.
Don't you do it. Okay, good puppy. I thought she's going to pick up the slipper that he just threw over here to get away from her. Where'd she go? That's right. She left or something, doesn't she? Okay.
And I was in the middle of a workout. And no, I don't think it's a Duggar. This is not the Duggars that are doing this.
See, they're right there. How does she know? How does she know it's not the Duggars doing this? No, it's not the Duggars. Because this was what? This was after his trial, wasn't it? I don't even remember when the fuck his trial was. No, his trial was like the 20. No, this was during his trial. Or just before it. I think his trial was at the end of 2021. So this was just before. So it would have made sense had they were behind something like this. Although I don't think it was them either. But at the time, how does she know? How does she know? How does she know? That's the question.
Contrary to popular belief, the Duggars really are not that kind of people. Like, they just don't respond to stuff. They stay out of the fray with this kind of stuff. They're not involved. They don't have a huge digital, they don't spend a lot of time online. So no, I don't believe.
Sorry, now the mods here are sending me pictures of their puppies. Cute. She's so cute, autistic shell. Oh my god. Oh, Stephanie's graduation picture. Oh my god, that's awesome. Oh, congratulations. Good job, Steffi. Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
It's not the Duggars. It's not been the Duggars. It's none of that. But this is like the 6th time. I don't even know. 5th, 4th. I don't even know. A bunch of times now that you guys have called the police on me. And again, this is another lie. Like, what's the point of literally fabricating a story that I physically assaulted my son when there's literal video proof that I was online with you all? There was 3,000 people in the live chat with me, who all of which did not witness that. I didn't even raise my
I'm going to keep this playing. I'm just going to turn the camera off for 1 second because I got to blow my nose. So.
Voice. And I'm just like, okay, It's not someone who knows me. These are people who have doxed me. So here's the thing. There has been a group of people that have been harassing me for a long time. And this group of people feel like it's their job to protect Vaughn from me. Now, the disturbing part of what these people do is they don't want me to talk about Vaughn, but then they consistently do stuff like this where they call the cops. And I'm trying to figure out in what rational world this even makes sense. Because as a mother, my job is to like protect my child, but I'm also a YouTuber that has a job, and I'm not going to quit my job because there's a group of people online that think their job is to protect my son from me. And the only way that they can do this is by consistently crafting lies. So I'm going to just put this out there again. If you are not a parent of a child with autism, if you don't understand autism, if you don't even understand having a kid and kids yelling, I don't know what to tell you. Every kid yells. If at this point, there's absolutely no way that what you did last night was even remotely justified. It was a flat out lie. The cop today, it was interesting. Like, I almost felt like at a moment he might tell me who it was. They were aware of some stuff that I'm dealing with legally. And they didn't give me the name.
I didn't even I didn't even know that she said. I missed that part when I was listening to this. That's interesting because yes, you'll hear coming up how she starts getting into it with one of the people in her chat.
They did say that we could I think they said we might be able to subpoena the police to get the name because it's become such a repeated problem for them. And here's the thing, like, I'm not going to get mad at them for coming out and doing their job because what if like they have to take these kinds of reports seriously, right? It's the responsibility of our public officials that work in law enforcement and CPS to protect children that are being harmed. And so when you're making a report like that, you know firsthand that what you're doing is you're going to have police coming out to the house of that child. You're sending out people that could potentially get parents in legal trouble, arrested, that could potentially have a child taken from a family. Your intentions in doing this are not pure. It's to harass, it's to cause harm, it's to inflict pain, and it's really, really demented. If I were you, I would spend a little bit less time online. I would find a friend that I could confide in. If you are involved in a group that all they do is talk about one person and your entire life exists around making everyone believe that one person is the scum of the universe, you need to find a better outlet. I've said this repeatedly about this anti-KJ world. You guys have become pathetically toxic. You have
That's funny. So Nikki's asking here and Jeff. Oh, hey, Dirty Uncle Sal, member for 11 months. Congratulations to Steffi. Great job. Yay. All right. Well, I'm sorry.
Put them away, please.
Well, I can after my stream. Thank you. So Nikki's asking, where is it? Is there any info on the feds and and threats and that EKC? So much happened, and I can't believe KJ was not behind it all. I agree, completely agree. The only thing I have is an alleged email address for the FBI agent that ran the investigation or whatever from the western part of Pennsylvania there, the part that involved like Dustin and Little Miss Noble. I don't know. There's no other, I can't find any other info about him. In fact, the email address kind of leads back to somebody else entirely. So I don't know what to make of that either, but that's all I have. I have no other information, nothing. Allegedly, the investigation was wrapped up, and for some reason, our government, I don't know if they're just a bunch of pussies or whatever, they decided not to seek any kind of charges toward anyone involved, either here in the States or over in the UK, involving the things of like, lewd child images, I'll put it that way so I don't say the word. But yeah, apparently our government didn't see that was anything worthy of criminal charges, I guess. I don't know. So they handed it over allegedly to Interpol or the equivalent office in the UK. But nothing's came about over there either. So I don't fucking know. All right.
You're an echo chamber of just lies and chaos, and you don't care about the damage that you inflict upon people. If it's not me, you end up doxing each other. If you don't dox me, you're fighting with each other. The creators that are covering me end up crying and they're like, oh, I'm getting doxed, or I'm getting this, or I'm getting that. Not at all acknowledging that they are creating and fostering and building this false narrative about me. And I know my husband was with my son. So if you're one of these channels, I don't know who or what you are. I don't know which channel was driving this. I don't know who was doing this. And I don't want to name any one of you guys because, to be honest, all you guys want me to do is say your name. And I don't even want to give you the satisfaction of saying your name because you don't matter to me. You are insignificant to me. You're trying to get a piece of my success and you're trying to just use me.
I just noticed something.
Ride on my coattail.
I just noticed something. She's wearing her Mama Bear shirt. There's only been a handful of times I've seen that. And the other time is when she's talking about Nat's alleged arrest or whatever. That's, I don't know. It's probably nothing. It's funny though.
And create false narratives to build your own platforms. And if you cannot create a platform based on your own content and you have to lie about people in order to create content so that you can discredit the competitor that you want to become, you're actually
all right, so I'm looking at the comments. DC asks, AKC, I've always wondered what your first experience with Katie Joy was. It was in the vaccine community on Facebook. I was an admin for this pro-vax page, or anti-woo page, really. And I was also, I was running the website, connected with that page and writing the blog posts and shit like that for it. And she had just written her blog post where she compared anti-vaxxers to terrorists. And she crossed, or so there was this group that we were all in, and it was just a bunch of admins and stuff for like other things on Facebook that were pro-vax or anti-woo or whatever. And we were very particular about who we accepted or invited in, and you had to be invited. And someone had invited her, and whenever you had someone in mind, you ran it by the whole group, and people put in their 2 cents, and everyone was like, yeah, awesome, yeah, bring her in. Well, the same person who brought her in also kicked her out less than a week later. So it was the only time any shit like that ever happened, to my knowledge, in that group. It was hilarious. But she and I kind of stayed in touch a little bit or whatever, because she had messaged me. She's like, why did I get kicked out? And I'm like, dude, I don't know, man. I just fucking woke up. I don't know what you're talking about. And I came to find out it's because just she wasn't checking her sources. She wasn't correcting misinformation or things that she got wrong that were being pointed out to her. And that was one of the things that everyone in the community kind of prided themselves on, because that's what we felt kind of kept us different than the other side or whatever, because we weren't invested in what the story was or what the claims were. We were just invested in that whatever was being put out there was truthful, was, the facts, regardless of what that may be. And Katie was more invested in her narrative than anything else. So that come find out that's why she was kicked out. But she and I stayed in touch a little bit, because she would share her blog post links with me and be like, hey, share this on your page. I do the same, but neither one of us ever shared each other's shit, like, ever. And then she started going on the Smoking Nun show. And she asked me one time to watch her or whatever, because like she was so nervous and shit. And she was shocked, but I didn't have the heart to tell her that. And then she asked me about some drama involving this other pro-vax page or pro-science page or whatever. And I gave her my 2 cents on that. And then it ended with, she was asking me for content for her to bring on to the Smoking Nun. So I shared with her a shitload of my blog post links, just one right after another. And like, so, because she wanted to talk about this one influencer in the anti-vax world named Modern Alternative Mama. So I didn't send her anything connected to Modern Alternative Mama necessarily. It was all my shit that I put out there. That's what I sent her. So I'm like that. You don't want to share my shit? Here you go. This is what you get. She didn't. I don't think she went on the show and talked about it or anything, but probably because I just sent her a bunch of my shit. But that was it. That was the end of it. And I, for the longest, like I said this from day one, she didn't do anything in particular to me. Nothing. There's nothing I can pinpoint. It's just something about her. I just, you get this feeling. I had this feeling about, like, there's just something not right with her, you know. And maybe it's just something small, like you just can't trust her because, you know, she'll out you as a source. She'll share your DMs, you know, she'll talk shit about you behind your back, whatever. Maybe it's just something like that. But I don't think it was. I just think that there's more of a feeling I got from her. Like, just, you knew she was bad news. That's it. That was my experience with her. Yeah. Yeah, the Snoop Dogg shirt. Or Snoop shirt. Not Snoop Dogg, that's right. It's Snoopy Snoop, isn't it? Not Snoop Dogg, I think. I don't know. So did she just admit her husband was in the room with her son for 10 hours? I don't see. She goes back and forth with that. she'll talk about that night as though it was her involving her son. It was her son having a meltdown. It's just an autistic thing, though. You know, you just have to understand. If you can't, then you're an ableist or whatever. You know, like that's her excuse. But then she'll also, I feel like when she starts to feel like heat from that, then she flips it to, no, he was in the room with the dog the entire time, which I find funny because I noticed this like way back when it happened. Like, yeah, but your dogs are female. Why are you referring to your female dog as a he? There's only one other he in that house that would be in the room with the father for 10 hours. And that would be your son, not your dogs. And why can't he and the dog go outside? Why can't they go in another room? Why can't the dog go somewhere else? Like, why is it that he has to be in the room? Why don't you put yourself in a room and then he and the dog can roam the house? You know what I mean? No, it was the kid. It was the kid. That's who she was talking about.
Like, there's like two kinds of creators: those that want to create, that can create, that have imagination, that have good reporting skills, that have good intellect, good creativity, good talent. And then there's another subset of creators that simply don't have that, and they just exist in this world to try to ruin the people that can do that, which I understand. And this is why I don't respond to 99.9% of the things that are said about me, because it's not relevant. It doesn't matter. I know that they're flat out lying. So I do have the case number, and everything has already been provided to my, this won't be so no, it's not a Freedom of Information Act. They won't release the name publicly. In the state of Minnesota, names of people who report children to CPS are not public. CPS reports are also not public. So we can't get the name of the person through the Freedom of Information Act, nor, because I'm a part of this investigation, do I need to file a Freedom of Information Act. But because we have a history
that kills me though, her saying that, because like
we can, I think
the Freedom of Information Act is also a federal thing. Like, and this would be a state agency thing that she's talking about with with CPS and subpoena or submitting for information. So I mean, like every state, you know, has like their similar laws as the federal government does, and for freedom of information. But they all like pretty much put their own like stipulations on it. Some are more strict than others. But the whole my whole point in this though is that freedom of information is a federal thing. It's not. I don't know.
The police department to release the name, and it's just insane.
She's about to get mad, I think.
So you actually, in the state of Minnesota, cannot. You can get names of people that called into police, but you cannot get names in the state of Minnesota. Cannot. You can get names.
Come on. I just paused.
So you actually, in the state.
Okay. I'm so sorry for you and your husband, and the people reporting these things need to remember that Suffers most. Okay.
State of Minnesota cannot.
You can get names of people who called into the police station, police reports, and body cams. Yeah, that's police station though. That's not calls regarding a minor.
Get names of people that called into police, but you cannot get names of people who called into CPS. In the state of Minnesota, CPS is anonymous. Filing reports is anonymous. And it's done.
If it's anonymous, then how the fuck are you going to subpoena the agency for a name? Why is it that you are under the impression that the officer was just about ready to tell you who it is that reported it, or at least, like help walk you through the steps in which to obtain the information, rightfully? If it's anonymous, then not even the agency would know, right?
Oh, to protect people from retaliating against the people that filed reports to begin with. Because in cases where things are happening and where it's very serious, you don't want the abuser to be able to retaliate against, say, the other, the family member that turned them in, right? So it's anonymous here for the protection of the person making it and also for the protection of the child. And this group of people, no, it's not going to include their name. Not going to.
Discovery is a full police report, body cams, 9/11 calls. Yeah, but I do understand her frustration a little bit here, because CPS is not the police station. It's not the police department. It's not the police agency.
I don't know what else to tell you, Mari. In the state of Minnesota, a police report, you're not going to see a CPS report on this. You're not going to be able to get access to a CPS report on this.
Wait, what was the name on that? Mari Pink. I think she removed Mari Pink from the chat, because I'm not seeing these comments show up in chat, just on the StreamYard screen. Interesting.
No, it's in the state of Minnesota to a CPS report on this. You can get discoveries from police departments. Oh, okay.
I'm a practicing lawyer at Minnesota, and I can get discoveries from police departments. Yeah, from police department. Why isn't Katie even clarifying the distinct difference here?
You can get discoveries from police departments. Oh, okay. This was not a police report. It was a CPS report that the police followed up on, which is not the same.
Finally.
But my lawyers can request information from them.
They can. That I find interesting. Because if that's all it took was just an attorney requesting it, well, then couldn't anyone hire an attorney to request that information? See, I would think that the only way in which this information could be requested or obtained would be not so much through a subpoena, but through like a warrant, like by the police agency, if they were trying to figure out who was reporting, if they suspect that the person doing so was doing so criminally. But to just obtain the information civilly, wouldn't that defeat the whole purpose of those protection laws she just went into to explain? If anyone could just civilly request the information?
Right. They didn't file a police report. They filed a CPS report in the wrong county, and then it was forwarded to the police in my county. Anyways, okay. No, the police flat out told me that they can't release the name. But I don't, okay.
Telling.
I don't want to fight about this. Do you want to, Mari, do you want to just derail everything that I'm doing right now and just make this so that you're right and I'm wrong?
Do you want to derail everything I'm doing right now? Do you want to derail what I'm trying to do? Like, do you want to derail what I'm setting up here? My narrative? Like, you're derailing my intent here.
I have my lawyers working on this. If you're here to share, no, I don't need your free legal advice. I'm not asking for your advice. I've never even seen this person before, and they are just going to get hidden.
No, now they're
First of all, someone randomly showing up in my chat pretending to be a lawyer in the state of Minnesota, a name I've never seen before. Okay.
Because she knows every attorney by now in the state of Minnesota.
Here's the deal. Mary or Mari or whoever that was. I have excellent attorneys in the state of Minnesota, and I'm not worried about people on YouTube telling me what to do legally. I also know very much what steps I can take, what is available, what's not available, and what we have to do to get that information. So I don't need anyone telling me. I'm not here to get advice from you guys. I'm not here to ask for information from you guys. I'm not here to get anything other than to say that this is ridiculous.
She's there to use you as her little mouthpieces going forward. So you got to get the information right, Mary. Come
on. Whoever made this report is flat out lying. And it's obvious that they're lying because they literally said that I.
And there, she put on members only or subscribers.
Assaulted my son.
Subscribers only.
Online while I was live streaming, which we all know is a complete lie.
Oh, no, so, it's members only. So you turned on members only and turned off subscribers only.
I'm going to be turning on my members chat. If you would like to become a member, you are welcome. But right now, I just want to share what's going on and tell you guys what's going on. And I don't want to be short with people. I don't want to start a fight with people. So many people on YouTube lie about things, and stock accounts show up pretending to be attorneys. I don't think we always need to keep it members only. I actually think that it's good to let my subscribers be a part of these chats because not everyone right now can afford membership. And I think it's just unreasonable to assume that every single person that watches can afford a couple bucks a month. So I try to keep my chats to subscribers only as much as possible. But I don't want to ever become a channel where we're only doing members only or whatever, because to me, it's important that I give you guys a chance to be here. So if you want to become a member, there's one. The chat along option is $2 a month. So anyways, my point in all of this and saying all of this today is that who's ever doing this is going to we'll figure it out. We will figure out who's doing this. And I cannot speak about anything going on legally. Are there other things going on? Yes. I can't speak about them, and I'm not going to speak about them because it's not it's not related to this. I can say that the name that was provided was not the same name as the person that we're dealing with.
Wait, what?
I applaud you and Todd for not acknowledging the trolls and those that make horrible videos about you. About them, and I'm not going to speak about them because it's not it's not related to this. I can say that the name that was provided was not the same name as the person that we're dealing with.
Is it just me, or does it sound like she's saying that she knows who made this report or this call or whatever? Because she just said the name that was provided is not the same name of whom we've been dealing with. That's what it sounds like to me. But she just got done even yelling or scolding or whatever a viewer, a chat commentator, by saying, no, it's anonymous. We can subpoena. We don't know. We have no idea. It's anonymous. That's the law here in Minnesota. You're a lawyer. You should know this. You're an idiot. You know what I mean? We just got done listening to that. But now she says the name we've been provided, it's not the same name.
I applaud you and Todd for not acknowledging the trolls and those that make horrible videos about you. You handle it extremely well. Thank you. So
yeah, thanks. Thanks a lot for fucking interrupting me. Just thanks a lot. It's what she sounds like. Oh my God.
I don't want to ever become a channel where I'm like an echo chamber. I don't want to be a reactions channel. I don't like to fight with other YouTubers. That's why I just really don't react to a lot of it. It's why I don't bring that stuff to my channel. It's why I just don't do that. And it's also why when I report on things.
This is gaslighting. When she says shit like that, but then upon hearing shit like that, when you let your emotions show exactly how fucking insanely hypocritical it is that she's saying this and how bullshit it is. If you let your emotions depict this, then she'll give you shit and mock you for being so emotional. See, that is gaslighting.
I constantly tell you guys, do not harass or target or go after the people that we're talking about in these stories. It's so critical that when we talk about people online, we're respectful of their private lives. You don't have to be.
Wasn't it just like less than a year ago that she was putting out Letitia Bias's personal information, including her financial information about a truck that she had repossessed like years ago? And wasn't she also putting out like all of Marvon Sr.'s personal information regarding any past criminal or law entries he had put into his fucking docket there or whatever? Like, she's the one who put all that out. That would be her. That would be her.
You don't have to like someone, but when you start taking steps to actively interfere in them just because in their lives because you don't like them, you're starting to become obsessive. And if you're filing reports that are willingly false like this, you're not only
willingly false
affecting the family that you're doing this to, but you're truly taking resources and time from the police department. And we live in a small town and we live in a small community, and we don't even have a police department here. It's a county sheriff's office.
That annoys me. Because I don't know, maybe that there's been a case here and there or whatever that was the case, but by and large, like, there was nobody in her county not getting or not having their call answered because they were at her house. It's not an either or situation with calls. It's not like every time a call comes in, it's spreading the agency completely thin, and the next call that comes in is just shit out of luck. That's not how it is. There's most of the time, usually there's enough to go around. There may not be, I think that caseworkers are way overloaded or whatever, sure. But we're not talking that. We're talking about just like police officers, authorities showing up in someone's home. There's enough people to do that. So just because cops were at her house doesn't mean some poor kid in her county just went without attention. They got to that other kid too,
office. And so the county sheriff's office is getting berated with these fake calls of abuse for my son. And
not for nothing, if you're that concerned about allegedly, taking time away from all of these other people in need or whatever, then wouldn't it be kind of selfish for her to remain on YouTube doing the things that she's doing, knowing that this could very well be the outcome? Sure, she doesn't have to. If that were the case, it's not. But if that were the case, sure, she's not obligated or whatever to step down or anything. I get that. She shouldn't have to. Sure. Okay. But it doesn't change the fact that her choosing not to would still be kind of a selfish act, right? So, but that's not the case. It's a moot point, whatever.
It's really sad because they have to do a job, right? But they also shouldn't be getting harassed by you guys because you're almost, in a way, using the police to harass me. Thank you, Breezy. But more than anything, I just want to say and stand up for parents of children that are on the spectrum, because
here we go with another acceptance speech.
The kids who have disabilities and who are autistic, have autism, on the spectrum, whichever way you prefer to say things, are already challenged in so many areas of their lives, and they're already struggling socially and emotionally. And they have so much that they have to overcome on a daily basis, that the last thing any of these children need, and adults, is ableism that doesn't understand who these people are. The reason why children with autism and adults with autism are constantly labeled as like problematic or bad or, misbehaving is because of their emotional reactions to stimuli that is overwhelming. Children and adults with autism struggle to cope when they're overloaded with sensory information. So when you have a child or an adult that is hyper-focused on something and it becomes interrupted, they might lash out. Children and adults with autism can scream and yell, and when they are in and when they are melting down, and I'm not speaking about my child, by the way, I'm speaking in general. They're not yelling because they say a lot of things they don't mean. They'll scream, and the screaming, the yelling, the self-harm, the hitting, it hurts them more than it hurts the caregiver. The caregiver's job, the parent's job is just to help the child or help their loved one, help their adult child, help their sibling to just calm down. Every single person with autism has completely different techniques that they use to help calm or soothe them. And meltdowns are not, they're surprising, but they're a part of the life of someone with autism. It's an emotional reaction, and they're loud. And if you can't understand that, I don't know what else to tell you. Even kids who are not autistic yell and scream when things aren't going the right way, when they're tired. So you could have just a child that's tired and they might scream
when
and
they're
yell.
being a brat is all right. Stop.
So when you are on the spectrum, or you have ADHD per se, like I do, at least.
Oh my God, there it is. Okay. This is now about her. Because when you send the cops there or whatever, and you potentially upset her autistic kid, what you're doing is really upsetting her because she's autistic or ADHD. Same thing, really.
For me, and at least for my son, and at least for my husband, when we are overwhelmed, and when we
now
are
it's a we thing. She's talking about the meltdowns or whatever autism as she puts it. She's saying it when we are overwhelmed, when we have a meltdown, when we.
Sometimes things come out of our mouths that we don't mean, that we don't say, that we don't want to say. Like, there are things that he will scream and yell, and
there's other groups of people who have an issue with impulse control, and I'm pretty sure that they're called sociopaths.
Horrible things are happening, and yet
I get the two confused. I do.
We're doing nothing. We're literally just sitting there, and he's screaming, and we don't shame him. We don't make him feel bad. We talk to him about his feelings.
No, instead, as we've seen in clips, what she will do is yell at her son to go away, to go find his father. And then when her son continues to talk, she will then just flat out ignore him, act like he's not even there, let alone talking to her. She will then just continue on doing what she's doing, as we've seen, which, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've had 3 kids, and like my 2 youngest ones, they're like Irish twins. Okay. So when they were younger, yeah, there were days that I just tuned them right the fuck out. I'm not proud of this, but hey man, we all need to just tune out, I think, every now and then. So sure. I understand a moment where you tune out your kids, but it's the way she did it. Like, she acted like he didn't exist. And I'm trying to picture what that must have been like for a 6-year-old kid, to be talking to your parents, your mom, and they're acting like you don't even exist because they're mad that you are talking to them. That's, I mean, tuning out is one thing, to just like kind of act like you're listening, but you're not listening. Okay. Bad enough. Don't get me wrong. Not proud of it. But to just flat out act like you don't even hear them. That's another level. Why is this buffering now?
We talk to him about, the zones of his feelings. We use the zones of regulation. So if you're feeling really red zone, that would be like you're really, really angry. And what's something that you can do to help you get into your green zone? So what's a soothing technique?
Notice though,
some kids.
We're halfway through the stream, and the title is "Someone Called the Cops on Me" over last night's stream. Started off talking about how don't call the cops or whatever, Now she's talking about what an amazing autism mom she is. Even though she wrote an article that her son was misdiagnosed with autism and was no longer autistic, or no longer had the diagnosis of autism. But then suddenly, the second she was questioned about that, it came back. Which I'm not discounting it. Maybe her kid has, I don't know. I don't really care one way or the other, so I don't give a shit. I'm not even going to talk on that. What I'm going to talk about, though, is the inconsistency of her, and then her acting as though she's entitled to not have that pointed out to her.
Some kids like deep pressure, so they like to be hugged. Some kids like weighted blankets. Some kids like to swing. Some kids want to go jump and run, and other kids just want to be left alone. And some kids don't want to be touched at all. And it's hard for the caregivers in these situations because we are not even.
Sorry.
We're not doing anything.
Why does it not connect right back again? It's so annoying.
To hurt our children, and people will just hear the screams and yells and assume that a parent is doing something to a child. And it's, you know, we actually don't use weighted blankets, but some people do. He does not like weighted blankets, to be honest. His sensory stuff that he likes when he's not feeling good is he likes hugs and he likes to do other stuff, but weighted blankets have never worked. So it's a stressful situation for the parent when the child or their adult child or their loved one is melting down. And then you have to add in the stress that anytime one of my child makes a single noise, you guys then on YouTube that hate me want to create lies that I'm abusing my son. And it's just really, you're wasting.
That's some bullshit right there. That's it. All right. I'm going to quit playing this for now. I know I say I'm going to do this all the time and I don't always do this, but I'm going to try really, really hard to remember to put all the links to everything in the description box when I'm done. I know. This is definitely one of my faults and shortcomings. I fully admit that. I want to just talk about something real quick though, because I got some information. Because I've been saying how I don't really know this family that sent out the cease and desist yesterday, or like I'm not fully versed in the events that transpired, and that's been the case. But I want to read here what I was just sent. So when Katie was posting about this family, Dion is the person's father's name, I'm guessing. So that's who she was posting on. I think that's the person who she was calling a fraud, and maybe even accusing as being homosexual. But so I guess she got that information, the information that she posted about this person, she got from Dion's brother's ex-wife. So Dion's ex-sister-in-law, basically. And the ex-wife, the sister-in-law, is mad at Dion for some reason. I imagine she's probably mad at Dion and his brother, because she's the ex-wife of his brother. So it's probably how it worked. And I guess when she was telling this information to Katie, she said that the information she was passing along to Katie had been verified by a niece. And she named who this niece was that allegedly verified this information. So that's why Katie, when she put this information out, she said that this was verified by his niece. Come to find out, it was not verified by the niece, because the niece commented on Katie's Instagram that it was not true and that she never said that. Katie then deleted the niece's comment and then blocked her. And that's when Dion reached out to some people, and one of which is the person who's texted me this. I don't want to okay. If you're listening and you're cool, or you want me to say your name, then just let me know here privately or publicly or whatever. Otherwise, I'm going, like I said before, my default is always to play it safe and to not out someone. So that's what I'm going to do unless I hear otherwise. So let me get over to my chat though. All right. So this person reached out to the person texting me here. And by that point, he had already retained an attorney, and they filed, or they I'm guessing drafted the cease and desist or whatever and sent it out. They said file, but I don't think you don't file a cease and desist, right? You just mail it out. They do plan to follow up with a lawsuit, and they have sent the info. This is the part. They sent the info on to Robert Shin /7M for their current lawsuit with Katie. That's interesting. That should be funny. Why does I look like shit in here on this lighting? I don't know what the hell's going on. So let me turn that off. See if that helps. It might help a little. It's the YouTube. It's the way I'm streaming too. I'm coming through all like weird looking. I don't. Maybe it's my connection. I don't know. I hope it's just my connection. Otherwise, I'm gonna look like a freak. Anyway. So it looks like she could be potentially looking at yet another lawsuit. I mean, we're coming up on half a dozen at this point, right? Maybe even just slightly over that mark. If not, I think we're at that mark anyway. And mind you, half a dozen in less than 3 years, because the very first lawsuit, well, no, wasn't the first one Jilly Juice? Or Jilly Juice attempted, but then Katie got out of it due to jurisdiction. But I want to say that was like 2019 or 2020. So, all right, maybe 4 years. But if we drop Jilly Juice, then it's like almost half a dozen in less than 3 years. Just that's interesting. And I don't know if this is true or not, but it's alleged that defamation is a crime in Minnesota. I don't know what that means even, but I don't know if that's true. I don't know anything about Minnesota law. But it's interesting, though, if it is, because it's interesting. So, yeah, I don't know. Just thought I'd share that. All right, let me check chat here, and then I'm going to wrap this up. Wait, no, cancel. What am I doing? Oh, shit. I almost exited out of my stream yards. I'm an idiot. Okay. Good thing that warning comes out. All right. Check Twitter DM. Okay. Okay. Here, let me exit out of there. Yeah, I honestly, I haven't even read the fucking thing yet. Not all of it, anyways. I read like the beginning part. I was gonna take a screenshot, but I think I can just share a screen here. All right. So here's a screenshot of part of the cease and desist, including with someone's favorite part highlighted. Something identifies you as a republisher. Oh, is this the one that was sent to YouTube or something, maybe? Republisher of defamation. Evidence of your malicious intent is that you blocked and removed the truth from your Without a Crystal Ball websites and social media pages, which was rendered by Dion's niece, Sierra, specifically stating, quote, I am asking for this to be taken, I'm guessing down or whatever. This is Sierra Chantel Walker, end quote. This alone indicates that you were severely defaming Mr. Derico. I could be pronouncing that wrong, and I apologize if I am. Is it Derico or Derico? Derico sounds better. I'm going to just go with Derico, I guess. Defaming Mr. Derico, as well as fraudulently misrepresenting Sierra, for which it was, or for which something were placed on notice, but chose to disavow. And the part highlighted is the favorite part. We will be requesting a court suspend your social media account for unlawful and harmful defamatory content due to your reckless posting of such horrendous content as if it is true. Your actions are reprehensible and must be stopped in effort to prevent your perpetration. I don't know that word. Okay. Of known misrepresentations against Dion, the Derico family, and others. After receipt of this notice, any post regarding Dion Derico and the Derico family remaining on any social media platform will be deemed further harassment, slander, defamation per se, and false misrepresentation. I want to know what that word is, though. Perpetration. Why didn't I know that word? Perpetration. I know that word. I'm an idiot. Wow. That's funny. That is funny. All right, let me get over here to chat again. Thank you, Autistic Shell. Derico. That's how it's pronounced. Derico. So it's not Derico. Derico. Okay. Derico. Oh, what was I saying? Derico? I don't even remember now. I'm confused. But Derico. I'm gonna remember that duh. Derico. I hope they pocket service her and should be available in 20 days or something on the website. Lord, I don't ask for much, but please give me this one wish and lawsuit for KJ, please. She's got several lawsuits. You've already gotten your wish there. It's going to be just a wish that keeps getting granted, probably. But yeah, I get what you're saying. What, Charlotte? She was accusing him of bisexuality? I mean, that's not defamatory. Don't get me wrong. I find it kind of repulsive that anyone thinks it's defamatory, whether it's Katie is dishing out as though it were an insult or insulting to put that out there, or someone who then turns around and says that's defamation when it's said about them. But that's besides the point. With all the claims that she has made about herself being bisexual simply because she thinks women are attractive, not that she's ever acted on it or whatever, but which, I mean, that's not, don't get me wrong, that's not like some sort of threshold to be met or something to be considered bisexual. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, though, is that she's been living a monogamous life and a heterosexual relationship with her husband, and they have a child together. She has done nothing. She's not put herself out there. She's not lived any kind of way in which to depict herself as being anything other than what she is. But yes, she wants to then turn around and make these claims about herself and accept any benefits that could possibly come from that, or any accolades, or any clout, or any benefit. Yeah, just any props, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Any props she might get from people. But she's not putting herself out there. I think that those props, I wrote a whole blog post on this once. I think there's such a thing as gay valor, and I think she's stealing gay valor. So I don't know. And by that, I don't mean simply stating you are of a certain sexuality is stealing any kind of valor. No, she doesn't just simply state it, though. She's not like having a conversation with a friend and she just shares this bit of information about herself. No, that's not what she's doing. I wouldn't care about that. But it's when she's doing it and for the purpose of getting these accolades from strangers on social media. That's what I'm talking about, because then I feel like it's exploitative. We're all greedy there, I think, Chad. It's okay. We all are. Well, I mean, whether he sues her or not. Oh, no, I know you weren't saying this, Sean. I'm sorry. I wasn't saying that you were saying that. I apologize if that's how I sounded. That's not at all what I was saying. I do not think that you were alluding to the fact that being called bisexual was some sort of defamatory statement. I don't think that at all. I have no doubt that that's not what you were, that is not what you were saying. I'm positive on that. I apologize if I sounded differently. I feel like I have to over-explain things a lot of times because I want my stance, my intentions, or whatever to be not in question. So I feel like I have to be just direct and specific with it. And that's the only reason why I was referring to it and talking about it, stating what I was stating about it. It had nothing to do with you. And I apologize for that. Because as I'm reading your comment, I'm like, shit, probably did kind of come off sounding like that. And I did not mean to. So thank you for pointing that out to me. And again, I am sorry. I just wanted my comment. Okay, so you're doing the same thing I was doing. You want to be clear. I got it. Okay. All right. I didn't take it that way, though, but just in case anyone else did, that's not what she meant. So please don't take it that way. She's Central Time. What's the employer's name on that form? What form? What are you talking about, Sal? I have no idea what form you're at. Are you talking? I'm guessing that you're catching the replayers to some point. Are you talking back with the CPS submission form? Is that what you're referring to? Dirty Uncle Sal, in case there's any confusion. And I didn't put that on, did I? Shit. Okay, good. My bird camera's still going. All right, good. It's been shutting off on me. I don't know why. I wonder if there's like a time limit or something that my OBS will stream for. And maybe, I don't know, I just haven't, I don't know, set it right or something. I don't know. But it does. It shuts off after like 20 hours or some shit. Her new Twitter is just the Cristobal emoji unless she added a name to it by now. Yeah, I don't know. Like I've seen the picture and everything. I don't know if she has a name to it. And I don't know how you search for an image on Twitter. Like I know how to like do Google reverse image search, but I don't think that's going to pull up a Twitter account. I don't know. And is it really that? I don't think it's that original of an image either. Is it? Well, whatever. Wait a minute. There was one, she accidentally outed one of her accounts once on a live stream. She was sharing a screen or something, and it accidentally shared her email maybe. And in her email was like a notification email from Twitter and it had the name of an account on it. I wonder if maybe that might be the name on it. I don't know. I don't remember what that name was though. I want to say it was like similar to her actual name though, so it probably wouldn't be hard to find. So I'm not sure that would make sense. Whatever. Which I don't care. I mean, if she's on Twitter using that image, anyone would know that it's her. So I'm guessing that she just has her Twitter just so she can view things on Twitter rather than so she can post and troll on Twitter. Because if that's what she were doing, then she would not be using that as her profile image, right? So I don't really care, I guess. But Dirty Uncle Sal, you said she Central Time. Also, what's that employer name on that form? I don't know what you're talking about still. So if you want me to answer that, if I had a guess, I think you mean the CPS submission form I was showing earlier in the stream, but I don't know. I see. I do reverse image search all the time, and it never fucking finds anything for me. I feel like either I'm doing it wrong or it's just really people are way overhyping the benefits of the app or ability or something. I don't know. I gotta test it more, maybe. I found out. Oh, I learned how you can search Twitter or how you can search Instagram though today. If you want, I can show you guys real quick because I know in the past I've done things about how to do like advanced search on Twitter, how to search things on Google with Google Docs and everything. But I learned how to do Instagram today because I've hated the fact that you can't really search specifically times or specific accounts, whatever. You can search like hashtags, like that's it. But you can't. I've hated that you can't really do it the way you want. Oh yeah, just wanted to let you know. If you didn't know, EKC, the firm's back on the regular. Oh, it is? Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I was just trying to pull that up to like a week ago, maybe. If that. I mean, it comes and goes. I knew it would come back, but anyways, okay. So for anyone who wants to know, this does involve some Google Docs. So I'll do this and then I'm going to wrap this up. So you pull up your Google browser, at least that's what I use is Google, okay? Now the Google Doc you're going to use is Insight, I think it's Insight. So Insight, yep. So Insight and then colon, and then you type in the name of the site. So it's like Instagram.com space, and then like what I did when I wanted to post Katie or when I wanted to search Katie's Instagram for a specific date, and it was like way too far back to scroll through her shit. I just typed in here without a crystal because that's what she uses. Without a crystal ball, and then I hit enter. But I'm not done. So this comes up, and now I have all this shit from here, Katie Joy on Instagram. I go over here though to tools. Anytime. Go down to custom range. So what I did was, because I never know, like I'm looking for shit on the 19th, but I don't know if it was going to pick up shit on the 19th. I don't know. So this is how I put in the date just to be safe. So I do 09 because it was September. And I do 18, and this was 2021. Okay, 2, and because like I said, the 19th is the data in question here. So I did 09, but I did 20, so I definitely included all the 19th, 2021 that I had entered. And yeah, there wasn't anything there. No, wait, there was something there though. Why didn't that come up? Oh, okay, I know what that was. Okay, but something did come up though. Why didn't it come up this time? Because I had gotten this here showed up. Let me share it. This is what came up when I did the search before. All right, enter. Was a post that she had made on September 20th. Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe because I went to the 21st or something. I don't know. 2021. This was the only thing that came up in my search results earlier. Was this here where she posted, "This is so true. We all know a friend, or we were Gabby Petito. It's so hard to leave a narcissistic abuser. Gabby was so young and likely couldn't identify the red flags. If you need help, even yada." So it was that. Okay. So, all right, let me do this. Where's Oh bullshit! Where is it? Recents. Come on, is it on here? Damn it, I had a picture on here I wanted to share, but I don't know where it is. Michael had sent it to me. I don't remember where he sent it though. Was it in text? I think it was. Oh, yep, there it is. Okay. All right, I'm going to share these pictures real quick. Where's mine? Oh, there it is. Okay. Wait, how many sent? Where's the third one? Oh. All right, so I'm going to share with you puppy pics for my puppy and for Sue Elliott's puppy and Autistic Shill's puppy. So, ready? It's really a perfect way to end a stream of bullshit, is to end it on puppies. Can't go wrong. Okay, I have no idea whose is coming up first, so I'm just going to click on the top one. It's Autistic Shill's puppy. Look, the spotted tongue, that kills me. I've never seen a spotted tongue before, like on a dog or whatever, like or on a person, ever, really. Maybe on a cow in a picture once or something, but they're so adorable. So cute. She is so cute. Okay. And then next we have, I think this is, judging by the numbers, I think this is going to be Sue's. Yep. Look at those ears. Look at those fucking ears. That is so cute. Oh my God. Oh my God. I love that. So, and this was like a puppy, like before pick or whatever, a beginning pick. And this is a now pick, I want to say, right? I think like her paws or his, I'm not sure, but the puppy's paws still look big. Like the dog's nowhere near done growing yet. That's what it looks like. Good luck. And then I'm going to share mine. This is clever. This was just taken the other day. She's standing on her ottoman like she owns the fucking place. Yeah. See, this dog breed, she would have had floppy ears like that had they not cropped them. And I wish they had it because I want to see her with the cute floppy ears. So kind of bummed about that. But yay, puppies. Okay. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. I need a whole class on how to find this stuff. Well, there's a video I did. It's on a playlist for, it's the PSA playlist. You know, here, I'll share it real quick. Because like without, I mean, I utilize the things that I'm talking about in the video, and I wouldn't be able to find a fucking thing without it. Like, it's awesome. Playlists. Created playlists. PSA, there we go. And how to search social media, Google, and YouTube. So I'm going to put that in the chat here for you, and I'll try to remember to put it in the description as well, in case anyone wants to check it out. For the most part, everything here is still applicable. The last time I tried to use Sherlock, though, I don't know, for some reason it wouldn't work. I didn't really like look into it or try to get it to work or whatever. And I was operating from a Linux laptop. So I don't know. It could have just been a OS based thing or whatever. And it could be fine on Windows or whatever. I don't know. But I just want to throw that out there. Maybe there's issues. Maybe they fixed it. I mean, I don't know. So, but I hope they did fix it because I fucking love that program. Like that thing has found more information than anything I've done. So. But here you go. Here's the link to that video. So, all right, guys, have a good night. See you around. I'm working tomorrow, so I won't be streaming. If I do, it won't be till tomorrow night. So, but bye. Have a great holiday and be safe, everyone. Please. Bye.